good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, good day, everyone. It is wonderful to have you on the call. My name is Danielle Walwyn, and I am the Advocacy Officer of the Healthy Caribbean Coalition and the coordinator of Healthy Caribbean Youth, which is our youth arm. And so on behalf of the Healthy Caribbean Coalition and Healthy Caribbean Youth, the Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network, JAN, Jamaica Health Advocacy Youth Arm, JAYA, and the University of Technology Associations of Nutrition and Dietetics students, as well as the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Barbados. It is really my pleasure to welcome you to the second day of our two-day workshop. So right now we have a little over 20 persons on the call right now, and I know that persons are joining from across the region and who might be in the United States, in England, but are here. So welcome, welcome. So although we're oceans apart, there's one thing that I think we all have in common and we care about, and that is the health of our Caribbean people. And so I'm not sure if you were able to attend last week, you can let us know. Or if this is your first session and you're joining us, welcome, welcome. So just to give you an overview of what we did last week, we really would have set the stage for day two. So last week, we would have spoken about the issue, which is this whole idea that our Caribbean has gone through a nutrition transition. So transitioning from foods, real foods, foods that are locally grown, to foods that are ultra processed, highly marketed and widely available, which hasn't had an impact on our diet, which has thereby had an impact on the rates of obesity and NCDs that we've been seeing. And we spoke about healthy food policy as a solution to those problems. And when it's best for us advocates on the call to intervene in the process, and how a rights-based advocacy approach is critical in our arguments for better health. And so with that, now that you have an overview of what we did last week, it really is my pleasure to introduce my co-host and hardcore health advocate, Christina Williams. Christina, welcome.
Thank you so much, Danielle, and good morning to everyone, regardless of where you're joining us from. And because I want to know where you're joining from, I'd love for you to drop in the chat right away. Which country are you joining us from? And just a fun fact from your country. So because I brought my flag just last week, I'm also bringing my flag today, right? So I am from Jamaica, as you can see, right? And oh, so Danielle also has her flag. It's a flag off this morning. All right, no problem, no problem. So I am from Jamaica, as you can see. And one fun fact about Jamaica, because I'm very big on food and cuisine, is that we are the home of jerk in the Caribbean. And my parish, Portland, Jamaica, is actually the real home of jerk, which has the best jerk. Shanika last week was saying that that's not true. Don't believe me, but believe me, guys. It's Jamaica and Portland, where I am from, is the home of jerk. So I'd love to hear a fun fact about your country, and I'd love to hear where you're from, where you're joining us from, and maybe share the weather as well. Right now it's very bleak where I am, maybe it's very sunny. I'd love to know that. But we also want you to share the message that we've been having since last week, Saturday. So we'd love for you to go onto your preferred platform, whether it be Instagram or Twitter, and to just tweet, what are you most excited about today? What are you most excited about today? And use the hashtags Healthy Caribbean as well as Youth in Health. And I think that's on the screen right there. Yes, there you go. Healthy Caribbean and Youth in Health. You may also use Youth Advocate JA or Heart Foundation JA as some of the other hashtags. But please, just right now, just take 10 seconds. Nothing long, on Twitter or Instagram. What are you most excited about to learn today? For me, I'm very excited to hear about the wonderful work that the youth advocates from around the region are doing to champion health in their respective countries. So please do that. And while you're doing that, I'll introduce Shanique Bowden to have a Kahoot, which will be a recap from last week's day one. Shanique?
I was doing my tweet, Christina.
Okay, no problem. Let's take another second to do your tweet, and I'm doing my tweet as well.
Yeah, but good morning, everyone. If you can do react, so I can see how many persons from last week. So you can use one of the react functions, like a thumbs up or a clap. How many persons from last week are here today? So I want to know persons who were here last week and are here today.
I see some thumbs in the chat.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to do a little recap, which should be fun. Basically, are you seeing my screen? 1 second, I think I shared the wrong one. Okay, so I want you to use your phone to scan this QR code, or you can click the link that's in the chat, www.kahoot.it, and enter this pin. Basically, we're going to do a little recap of things that you guys should have picked up from last week, should have learned, to see how many persons learned something new, and are able to answer these questions. But I also have 2 bonus questions, which you really had to be here last week to know the answers to these one of these 2 questions. And I'm just really hoping so that you guys find this exercise very exciting. It's also a game of, of course, you want to know the correct answer, but it's also getting the correct answer in the quickest time. So there will be a ranking of persons as we go through who is leading, and you can, make sure to max it out so that if you're in the 3rd place, if you can edge into the 2nd place or that sort of thing, because the top 2 will be getting an Amazon gift card for all their efforts. All right, so you really want to make it into the top 2. So I'm only seeing 2 persons. I've started, and I need more persons to, scan the code. I think I'm losing people now. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I'm back at 1. So yeah, so I'm giving persons a few minutes to scan the QR code if you're seeing it on my screen, or to enter this pin here, 5793711, by going to www.kahoot.it. I'm only still seeing 2 persons. Are we having any technical issues? If we're having some issues, you guys can let us know and we can see how best we can assist.
And also to add, if you weren't here last week, that's okay. Feel free
Yeah,
to
you can still play.
offline.
You can still play. Yeah. All right, I'm seeing 4. Okay, let us look at the chat again, because I know there are a lot of people on here. Okay, I'm seeing that. Okay, all right, let us give a few more seconds. Let's see if we can get to 10 persons and then we can start. Okay, 9. All right, so you want to make sure to pay attention to what you're seeing on your screen as well as what you're seeing on mine. So you see the question on my screen and yours, and you see the options on both of our screens. But I think on your screen, you only see the colors. So you have to look at my screen to see what color goes with what. All right. I see people jumping off because we were at 9 a while ago, now we're at 8. All right, I'm definitely going to start in the next 30 seconds. So wherever we are. So the persons who jumped off, jump back on, no. All right. All right, Kaj is back. Z, all right. Okay. I'm seeing people in the waiting room, Daniel. So, all right, so we're gonna start now. Final call, final call. Okay. All right, I'm starting. Okay, so the first question. Okay, so what does NCD stand for? Very simple. What does NCD stand for? All right. Lock in your answers. Okay. Let's see the time. And I mean, there are persons who still want to join. The game pin is in the right there. All right, so everyone got that right. And a bit, oh, I couldn't find the next one because I was blocking. All right, so we have Z. locked in first. All right. Okay, which of the following is not an NCD? So we have hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, COVID-19. Which of the following there is not a non-communicable disease? All right. Okay, we're doing good. Got all the answers. Okay, awesome. All right, okay. Based on the PAO research, what is the preferred label for the front or package warning labels? Is it the red hexagonal labels, yellow circular labels, black octagonal labels, green square labels? Lock in your answer based on the colors here. Yeah, for persons who are just joining, you can still participate, but it would probably be very hard for you to catch up. All right. Okay. Houses. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so dash and dash are two nutrients of concern in food. We have salt and water, salt and sugar, fats and protein, vitamins and sodium. Which of these two are nutrients of concerns in food and drinks? Okay, all right, so everyone got that right. That's exciting, that's exciting. Ooh, okay. It's looking very close, it's looking very close. You know, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. So it's anybody's game. What is the final stage of the policy development process called? So last week we learned about the policy development process in the Caribbean, and you know, part of the process have different names. So the final stage, is it the red paper, the blue paper, the white paper, or the green paper? Okay. All right. It's still pretty close, still pretty close. The next four questions could definitely. This is true or false. Policy and legislation are the same thing. Is that true? Is that false? Policy and legislation are the same thing. Okay, all right. It's getting very exciting. Oh, there's literally like 50 something points separating the top two. Okay, so which of the following international conventions speak about the right to food? So, you know, which of the following, based on the list here, speak about human beings having the right to adequate food? 5 seconds to lock in your answers. Okay, that one was a toughie. That was a tough one. All right, so we are on the last two questions now. So which of the following is not a policy priority being championed in the Caribbean to address unhealthy eating and NCDs? So we have quite a few things that are happening that different organizations are working on, but which one of these is not one such policy priority? Is it the front of package warning labels, the sugar tax, school nutrition policies, or the salt tax? Okay, awesome. And well, this is the final two now. So which popular board game was used last week to illustrate the front of package labeling process in the Caribbean? So, you know, we went through some different policy priorities, and a popular board game was used to illustrate one of them. Which one? Was it Monopoly? Was it Clue? Was it Snakes and Ladders? Or was it Scrabble? Okay, it's down to the wire. Lock in your answer very quickly for this one. And this is very much a 50-50. So which of the following was one of our moderators from last Saturday? Which of the following was one of our moderators from last Saturday? Final second. Okay. Awesome. All right, and so it's going to tell us the Dory got 9 answers correctly. Awesome stuff. Shanizel got 10 correctly, but Rain got 9 correctly, but locked in all of her answers quicker, I guess. So Rain and Shanizel will be awarded a gift card as part of their, for all their success and all the hard work here today. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks to everyone for participating. To our 2 winners, please feel free to personal message the HCC, the person HCC on the call right now, just to send them your email address so that we can get you your Amazon gift card. Awesome. Thank you for participating. Thanks, Shannon, for that. So I think if you weren't there last week, you're kind of getting a feel of what we would have covered. So as I mentioned, the issue, the solution, and the frameworks that we should be using when we're advocating.